Minisyry Ethics Part 3
with Preacher Adu Boahen.
Please subscribe the YouTube channel. Press the bell icon, you will get notification anytime we upload a new video. Ethics number 3. Never discuss leadership matters with members.
Never sit with members to discuss about leaders or leadership matters. Leadership matters should be considered sensitive to members. Don't discuss leadership matters with friends.
The church is a spiritual entity, not a corporate organization. Some time ago, I was traveling to a particular city in a commercial transport. I sat in the front row of the vehicle while two other elderly passengers sat in the rear.
Then these passengers began talking about some ministers. The interesting thing was that all the ministers they talked about are ministers I know. They mentioned the ministers' names, and they were divulging very sensitive information publicly.
Although they weren't discussing with other passengers in the vehicle, no one needed to eavesdrop to hear their conversation, because they were speaking out loud. The ministers they were discussing were of other sisters' church, but they don't know that I am a friend with them.
What you should share with people are the miracles, preachings, teachings, testimonies, love, among others in your church. Tell them about these beautiful things, and not the mistakes of pastors and leaders.
Members who do otherwise are only untrained. Ministers, pastors, deacons, evangelists and preachers who do that are immature. When you get married, don't discuss sensitive church issues and offenses of church leaders or other people with your spouse.
Instead, use the time you have to discuss relevant matters that will add to your advancement.
Also, be careful of what you say before your children so as not to plant wrong seeds in their minds. Intending couples should note this as well.
Also, don't be a hypocrite. Hypocrites talk about what they don't practice as though they do. For example, don't tell others to love when you don't love. Don't tell others to give when you know you don't give.
Don't tell others to be consistent in activities when you are not. Don't tell others to be committed to responsibilities when you are not. Don't tell others to honor people when you don't give honor.
That is being hypocritical and it is wrong.
Someone once said foolish people discuss other people, average people, issues, but wise people, ideas.
Ensure you never speak negative about the leadership of the ministry or church you belong.
Ethics number 4. Avoid cracking insulting and embarrassing jokes.
Most people don't take this aspect serious. You don't use your minister as an example of a negative character in a joke. It's not done. We should be lively, but there are some funny expressions that shouldn't be made.
Never make anyone above you a victim of a joke. Don't mock the speaking styles of people. There are lots of instances I have seen. You don't make statements like, "How many people have noticed how this person prays?"
Why would you mock the praying style of people? Are you a comedian? I mean, some comedians do that, but you don't do that as a minister or leader.
Regardless of the person's status, if who you are talking about is a minister or leader, it is embarrassing to mimic them. Don't ever make the mistake of mocking how a person leads in songs.
Don't mock the praying or preaching or teaching styles of people. Whoever does that lacks ethics. Don't mock the writing style of people.
Don't mock the presentational styles of people. Don't joke about how a person holds the microphone. Also, it is very embarrassing to mock how people dress.
Be free with people in an honorable way. Don't shout at people. That too can be very embarrassing. Don't stereotype people with bad habits, character, or actions.
Let your language always be filled with honor. I have seen certain things some people do to others that were very embarrassing and insulting.
I have had to apologize in private to some people. The people that make the mistakes were not trying to do that intentionally. They just wanted to share some jokes and be lively.
Never use the appearance, stature, dressing style, walking style of a person to crack joke. It affects the self-esteem of some people. Whatever you do or say should appreciate the esteem of others, not to depreciate it.
Never tell a congregation to imagine how a minister, member or worker shakes his head when he prays. That is embarrassing to the person. The person may smile or laugh, but you need to know the thoughts going on in the heart of that person.
Therefore, be wise.